right, thank you for joining us, Gio. Just to start us off, can you just open up with your thoughts on the match overall?
I thought was a performance of a team that wanted to get a win, 3 points. When we have players missing, then players have to step up. And I saw a lot of players stepping up today. It wasn't perfect, but when you have the desire, the heart, the commitment, the determination to give everything that you have, then what else can I ask? We saw Gutierrez. Gutierrez plays very well. Good for Gutierrez. Now he's going to compete and push others. And that's what we want. Tega came in and caused a lot of problems. And we had, I thought, a very good second half. We could have won the game at the end. We had our chances. They had their chances. I think it was an exciting game. I think, of course, we wanted to have the 3 points. I think we did enough to be able to get 3 points. But at the end, what feels good is that we have a group of players that, no matter what, even though we're limited, the guys put a good fight and went in. And you saw right away Rasmussen ready to be able to go into goal in a moment of crisis, and he didn't blink once. He just said, I'm going. That's it. So this is what you want. So we're in a good place in regards to our mind, our hearts, and now we have to start getting more players in.
Thank you. We'll open it up to questions.
Gio, before I ask you about the game, in response to him not being named in the 18, Aljaž Ivačić told me, I've been ready and healthy since game 1. Everything else that you're going to hear is a lie. Mm-hmm. Can you respond to that?
Yes. So first of all, it's unfortunate that a player will go and talk to a reporter in that way, because usually, things are always spoken inside, and there's never a lie that is going to be told. So based upon that comment, what I have to say is he's still a very important component of our team. I think positions need to be earned. They don't need to be given. And you have to make sure that you will do a lot of work during the week in order to make sure that you can play. And today, I think Davis showed that he was the best player on the field, and he had a great match. So my decision was correct today to make sure that I play the right player. Nevertheless, the real reason was because he didn't train enough this week. He didn't have enough practices. He said he was ready, and personally, I didn't feel that he was in a situation that he couldn't gotten injured. So I tried to protect the player. So if there's a lie in there, I don't know, because that's the transparent. But at the end of the day, players need to play when you are the best during the week. And he's going to continue to help us. He's going to be part of the team. And sometimes players make these comments out of being a little bit too emotional, and it happens sometimes. So he's going to continue to play. He's going to continue to be an important component, and he's going to be a great goalkeeper for us.
Thank you. And, your evaluation of the attack in this game, obviously late in the match, it turned on a bit more than throughout. What did you see from that group?
I saw the guys with the desire to want to do well. And we put 2 forwards in. Nathan had a yellow card. So we felt that, we didn't want to be 1 man down. At the end, we went a man down for the injury. But I thought Tega and Niezgoda came in to bring some energy, and especially Tega. I think Niezgoda is trying to find his way. He had 1 or 2 moments, a little bit unlocking those moments, because, if he hits a little bit other side, could have gone in. But I felt that everybody gave 100% to this game. We saw Eric, Diego working very, very hard in the middle. Loria came out exhausted. Gutierrez put a lot of work into it in the back. Overall, I thought was a determined group that wanted to prove that we can stay competitive.
Hey, Gio, prefacing this by saying I don't want to get you in any trouble with your comments, but in the first half, there was what looked to be a clear penalty on Nathan, wasn't called. I was just wondering if you received any word from the referee on that decision not to call that.
Yeah, no, but it looked like a PK, So I haven't seen the clip again, so I wouldn't be able to tell you 100% that I feel confident that was a PK, because from where I was, it looked like it was. But I haven't seen the clip to be able to be 100% sure that it was a PK. So hopefully I'm going to be mad later on.
And then another moment, another contentious rule is leaving the flag down for offsides on attacking plays. We saw Bingham get injured on a play that should have been offside. Just your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, so first of all, what I have to say is I never think that it's the intention of a linesman to want to have somebody get injured. And I just think that the rule is just, sometimes a rule that doesn't help the players. They put them in a very, difficult situations, and these situations can happen when it was a clear offside. So what I have to see is like how close it was. But I just think sometimes, we can prevent these injuries by, making those calls. But as I said, this is what they tell the linesmen to do. It's not that he didn't do what he's asked to be done. So it's, I wouldn't put as much on the linesman in this particular time. I think more on the rule, and that people need to rethink about the rule and make sure that that is better to protect the players.
Hey, Gio. Feels like maybe the bleeding has stopped a little bit this game with the draw. So first question is, did it feel like a draw that was a win or a draw? Or
no, it's a misfeeling. Misfeelings because it feels a little bit like it's a opportunity to have gotten 3 points. But then also, it's that type of game that can go the other way. So I just saw a lot of the positives of the game. So even though I feel a little bit like it was a missed opportunity, I still feel that the team gave everything that they had, and we had the chances, and we worked hard, and we tried to win. So that's what we want from the group. And I saw guys trying to take their opportunities. As I said, Gutierrez, Tega, trying to, give everything that they have, and trying to put themselves in a situation to compete is a good thing. And hopefully next week we can start getting, 3-4 more players. And then, we'll start feeling a lot better.
Yeah, so kind of a expansion on the injuries. Luria out and Bingham out, and it even looks like you took a little knock on the sideline. How are you from that?
Yeah, maybe I couldn't move quick enough, but yeah, it's something that happened in the game, and that's it. I think at the end, what is the worst situation is, Bingham not being available right now. Luria hopefully is nothing. I hope so, because today he worked really hard to make sure that he stay competitive, and then we'll see what happens. And then we'll have to see the choices that we have next week and be able to play the players that are ready to play.
Coach, like you said, tough stretch of games coming up here, a lot of games on the road, just one home game from now until the beginning of May. What are the areas that you feel the team needs to focus on to improve in order to kind of use this game as potentially a springboard to kind of continue performances kind of in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think the first thing is that the energy, the positive mind and mentality, I think is what we need to continue to have, and it's good that it kind of feels like a missed opportunity today, because that says a lot. Nevertheless, still we have to improve on keeping the ball a little bit more for a longer period of time sometimes to make a little bit better decisions. I think we're getting fit a little more and more, and that will help to make sure that we can recover and get in better areas to be able to have the ball a little bit more. I think defensively was good. A couple of times, sometimes I felt that our fullbacks got a little bit higher and they found that space in the wide area. But overall, I thought that the guys played really well. And even though sometimes Galaxy did a good job to find some of the pockets behind our pressure, we recovered well. We right away were able to force them wide and and make sure that they can create situations of goals that were clear for them to be able to be there.
Any last questions for Gio? All right. Thank you, Gio.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gio.
Glad you're okay.
Thanks. Diego, obviously a difficult game for both teams. what was your evaluation of how the Timbers performed in this one?
Hey everyone, if you're on the Zoom online, we're having some technical difficulties with the Zoom aspect of it. There is still an in-person option. If you're at the stadium, please feel free to go to the MCR. If you're only able to participate online, oh wait, Paloma, we can see you now, just so you know.
Sorry.
But if you are online, please drop your questions in the Q&A chat box, and we'll make sure that they're asked in person.
Sorry, let's start that over.
No worries. Diego, obviously a difficult match for both teams. What was your evaluation?
It was difficult. I think both teams trying to find a way to score. You know, I think LA keep a little bit more the ball. You know, having trouble in the middle. But at the end of the game, I think we create a few opportunities to score. I think the difference in this game, no one of the both teams were effective. I think, but from us, I think the patience we play today, you know, running, no give up. I think I can take in the good way.
And what are some areas you think this team can improve going into its next match?
I mean, it's many different areas. Right now, we are a little bit unlucky with the injuries, you know. Again, in this game, we got two players out for injuries. I think that's really disappointing for us. I think we need to keep working, you know, making better in the defense side. Sometimes in attacking, try to be better with the ball. I think that's going to be the key for the next game.
Hey, Diego, as frustrating as that match was, you guys pick up a point for the first time since opening weekend. Do you view that as a positive that you guys can build off of, trying to get a little run of form going?
We know the only way to change this is winning games, you know. We came with the right mentality today to do that. Unfortunately, we didn't sharp on the field with the ball. And they give the Galaxy had the more tying the ball, you know, creating some play in the middle, given difficult for us. But I think, like I said before, we need to take the good things in this match and look forward.
Hey, Diego, as you mentioned, a lot of players out due to injury. As captain out there, how do you ensure you keep the team motivated and focused moving forward, you know, kind of going through a moment of adversity like this?
Sometimes hard, you know. I think with most of the players out for injuries, I think that chemistry we bring from the years past, you know, is hard. But I think we have a young talent trying to show up. We only try to help them to perform well in every game. We know it's sometimes hard, you know, because their first games in MLS. But I think we are going to be better on the next game.
Any other questions for Diego? All right. Thank you, Diego.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.